Tyrants on the Field proudly presents Black Tide Season 2. Kicking the report right off with the Khadorian army led by Ilari Byorski, a dire wolf, a great bear, Colden Lord Damien, a unit of Arcanist, 2 units of Wintercore infantry with standard, each with a rocket and a grenadier. Blessing of the Gods, Old Faithful, Power Swell, Savagery, and Transpiration. And then opposing them today is Harushk, 2 Jackals with Mace and Arknode and Claw, a Tyrant with Scything Flail and Shield, a Reaver Commander, 2 units of Assault Reavers with Reaver Standard Bearer, and a unit of War Witches, along with Blessing the Gods, Breakthrough, Old Faithful, Power Swell, and Savagery. So Evacuate is the mission that we're playing today. It is a little different, and something that is very interesting. So the attackers, which are the Orgoth in this instance, are going to be lined up in 2 small strips of 5 inches on either side of the table. And then in a 24 by 8 inch deployment zone directly in the middle, we have Khador. And Khador is going to go ahead and start by moving some of their civilians. They have 7 civilians in this scenario, and the civilians are how each side scores. So Khador is going to score by getting the civilians off of the edge of the table, which is directly across from them, and not losing their caster. They will get a point for every civilian that they get off the board, and the player with the most points at the end of turn 6, or end of round 6, will be declared the winner. They have 7 civilians. The civilians move 6 inches every turn unless they are engaged by an enemy. They are affected by terrain. If they're engaged with an enemy, they do not move. So Orgoth will score by keeping the civilians on the board. If they're able to keep a civilian on the board, they get 2 points per civilian. The game will automatically end if at the end of any turn you control the only leader in play. So assassination is on the table. So Khador is moving up here. They sort of move with the infantry protecting either flank. One on the left-hand side is getting into the trench. One on the right is using the forest for cover. Ilari is taking a position in a trench. Casting superiority on the direwolf. And then putting up a cloud on himself with the Colden Lord. So now it is the Orgoth's turn. They are just off screen preparing for battle. On the left-hand side of your screen is where the jacks are located, and then all of the infantry are on the right-hand side. The overall thought process here was to create a true pincer, with the real meat being the jacks to drive everyone over. And now we've adjusted to show this. So Jackal's going to run to there, and then the other Jackal is going to run right next to him. Putting red line on the Tyrant. And then Inviolable Resolve through the Arc Node onto that. And then Harushk is moving over and then vanishing over as well. He's going to run his 12 right behind there, is completing the wall. War Witches are going to move up. They're rolling. They're rolling the damage for Redline on the Jack. And then jumping over to the other side to do the infantry. And we should get a camera just here as well. Or not. No, we won't. There we go. Moving the first unit of infantry up by that hill. And then spacing them out. Two, I'll be within two. Creating a little wall off. And then here, Khador made a slight tactical blunder. Gave them an angle for a charge. And they're going to take full advantage of it. And so this unit of Reavers is charging and attacking this unit of infantry. Of Winter Corps infantry. Which are prayed. So each of the units of Reavers prayed each of the units of infantry. It's doing a shot, missing, or hit one hit, and then killed it with the harpoon. This is a non-charge attack, and that will miss there, and then hit and killing. So the Assault Reaver is able to wipe out the Northern infantry. And just for clarity, Ilari cast Hallowed Event, or cast Avenging Force on himself. Last turn. So now the infantry are going to... I'm sorry, now the civilians are going to go ahead and run. They all move 6 inches each turn unless engaged. Larry is checking distance to the Jackals to go ahead and see if he wants to take a few pot shots. The Great Bear is moving over with the Avenger move, or Avenging Force move. It's taking a shot and killing that guy. The Arcanists are moving over, giving 2 to the Great Bear and giving 1 to the Direwolf, who is equipped as Nail. So the Direwolf has a Bombard Cannon and a Flame Fist with a Shield Guard head. The is equipped with a the Great Bear is equipped with a Battle Axe and a Heavy Cannon and a Slammer Head for Slammer Head fun. So now we're going to see Nail trying to do some work. He's charging in with the fist. Blows up him. Now we're going to fire off the Flamer, starting at the banner. Missing. Next one, hitting, killing, third one, hitting, or missing, boosting, and killing. And now firing a bombard. Which misses. And running in. Hitting. Killing. Taking up. Hitting. Killing with the momentum cannon. They're throwing prey up on him, and then nothing else they can do. So coming over to this side, moving the Winter Guard. Winter Guard are going to move over, and they're going to try and take some shots and kill the threat of these other unit of Reavers. Pops him. This one attacks. Hits, kills. Got two of them CRAing in. Killing. Making sure that's when they firing the rocket. And nothing happening with the rocket. Larry moving up. Taking a armor piercing shot. Boosting it. Getting the crit. Boosting for damage. Like you do. Being sad he doesn't have a reroll. Going not quite what he hoped, and then jumping back into his spot, and then the Golden Lord putting down Blizzard on him to take advantage of Alari's prowl. So now it's time for the Orgoth. The Orgoth are going to go ahead and seek some vengeance here. On the remaining unit of Winter Corps Infantry. They're going to flub a roll, which is always good to do. They're going to flub another roll. They're going to hit that one. They're going to explodes him. Hit that roll. Kill another one. Hit. That's that there. Totally forget to use my champion to help finish off here, but he'll come in and do fun things a little bit later. Coming over to do the Jack's work. So it's important to note that civilians cannot be killed in this match. So the civilians exist. All you do to stop them is to get them in engagement range. So it's sort of an interesting one. The Inviolable Resolve guy goes there, runs on over. Tyrant moves up. Charges on in, rather. Hits, kills. Hits, kills. Taking the shot. Or, yeah, Harass moves forward. It runs up there. And feats. Our intention here is to try to draw them in and over. While we fiddle around with making sure the round timer's good. So what's interesting here in this particular match is Khador is such a departure from Dusk. It's such a different play style, and I really enjoy the Khador starter box. It's been an interesting experience. It's a lot of fun to paint up. The Avenger's going to go off. Great Bear's coming in again. He's going to take an axe to this guy's spine. And does. And wipes him from the face of the earth. What should have happened here was we should have feeded, but we did not. And because of that, it leaves Khador in an awkward spot after this turn. As they kind of mow through my infantry a bit. The civilians run around. Nail runs over, take out the tyrant that's threatening Yari. Punches him dead in the face. Has a decent amount of damage on the charge. Or tries to do some damage, and his fist is just being very, very pillow encrusted. Thanks to the feet. So Yari's gonna skedaddle. Colnor's gonna come over, fill him full of good stuff. And now we get to the turn. So we've got a good bottleneck going so far on the civilians, but Khador is doing a really good job of allowing some complex lanes to be there. The War Witches are moving up. They're going to allocate focus to the big guy, which is really all you need. He is going to take a good old trample. over top of the infantry. Hits, kills, hits, kills, and hits, kills, or misses. Sorry, last one he missed. And buying an attack into the Yari, missing, buying an attack into the Yari, boosting. Yeah. Nothing doing on Yari. My other, or harass coming over to try to take out Nail. On the charge, hitting, because Khador. Charge attack. These are dice off 2. And just having a furious dice roll with all of this here. Really, really rolling very well with her Rusk to eliminate Nail. And then my Archnojak is doing a Thunderstrike there to kill the remaining Arcanist to hurt his focus allocation abilities. He's charging in. On the big guy. Doing some damage to the Great Bear there. Hits. And then doing red line. Remembering my red line damage. Myself. Around in the corner here is with the civilians that are not engaged. Make their way, trying to escape as rapidly as they can. Howling, or avenging force goes off. Manning Winterguard infantry come over and just do some real work, some real strong work on the War Witches. Just great rolling. So Yari trying to have the Tyrant do something. Desperately wishing I had breakout and that I did not have it. Made me very sad internally. Realizing I don't have breakout and then being even sadder. So rolling, trying to do some damage, not really doing anything. Attempting again to crit, failing to. Just not going well. Does some damage. Just not really enough to make a huge difference in the battle itself. A couple points of damage. When a Yari does damage, it can go really well, but this is a game that did not go really well for him. Now Rusk will get his allocation. We're just going to walk up hand 1. Rusk should have provided some more focus to the Warjack. He just did not do that. Casting Redline. And utterly obliterating the Golden Lord. Realizing I didn't allocate, being very sad, wanting to headbutt, didn't give myself a real chance to do much here. Because again, the trick is hitting Ilyari, and if you can't hit him, nothing good happens. So killing a Bannerman there, trying to engage as many of the civilians as I can with my remaining Jack. Over on this side. Now trying to beat up on his big Jack with my captain. He's going to get that one about ready to run off the board. And then avenging. Coming in and doing some damage to the champion, but not quite taking him out. And more civilians ready to leave. They're just running away. Jack finally killing that. It's running there. Flagpole running over to engage. Or the Arcanist running over to engage. Rusk charging him. Not really doing anything to him. Moving him over to stop who we can. Moving her up to try to kill that, which he does after a reroll. Reroll assistance from Harask. Again, totally forgetting to allocate properly. He's going to cannonball in to basically slam him. Eight and 6, 14, not enough. Then charges hit, finally enough, and does an absolute truck ton of damage. Yep. Oh, sorry. He's charging in and attacking the Jack. Jack and the Great Bear, trying to remove him. And then Harask's just going to come in and engage as many of these as he can. They're going to run off the board. Faithful pops. The roll here is not spectacular. But he does load him up. Again, just illustrating the importance of forcing that engagement. As he continues to try to pound on my jack. I was able to get 2 civilians off the board this turn. Does some more damage, but not enough to wreck out my jack. Checking victory conditions. And getting ready for a clobbering time turn. As we properly allocate out. Hits. Emphatically. Knocks him down. The headbutt. And then it's pretty well academic here as the scything claw, or the scything weapon, does its job and absolutely wrecks the brave commander Ilyari as his great bear watches in horror. So I was able to keep 4 of the civilians from crossing the barrier. In total, really actually able to keep 5, but the 5th one was about to walk off had Yari not died. Really fun game. Quite enjoy this mission.